right, what's up, everybody? It's a Monday, so you know what that means. We get to start off the week with you. And we have 2 NBA games. We have some news that comes down with the Sacramento Kings that's going to impact that series. So we have a lot to look at, and I'm sure there's some promos or two that'll bleed on over into some other sports. So thank you, first and foremost, for making the Odd Shop a part of your day. Now, Eric Lindquist had no choice but to make the Odd Shop a part of his day. Mike, I don't think Mike Lawrence does anything else but produce this show. He's always here. He's always on the Odd Shop. And you know me, like, I'm not going to say no for an opportunity to talk into a microphone. So that just leaves you, Eric, is kind of like is this traffic duty here for you once a week? Is this just to keep you honest that you get to slum it with Lawrence and Shander?
Slum it? Way to compliment yourselves there, right out the get-go.
It's a
I have a ton going on right now. I'm trying to figure out ways to hedge out of things, and I don't know what to do with myself. The series bet that we talked about on the Odd Shop with Ben Raza, he also has a +1.5 game ticket, he said, so that's good for him. I have +310 Deer and Fox to lead the series in scoring.
That's out.
That seems pretty dead.
So why don't you say what happened before people are like, why is it dead? He broke his hand. Right?
Broke a finger.
Okay. Well,
he obviously played through it. He played through it last game. He must have, as bad as what it is for me, I didn't see if it was on a shooting hand or not. I didn't see if so he's doubtful. We've had a number of times now where with Giannis Antetokounmpo, he got upgraded to questionable, then he sat out. Then we've had guys go from doubtful to questionable to playing. We've had a couple of these scenarios. This is very likely to me, something where if he can tolerate the pain of whatever it is, and if he talks to doctors and they say that structurally you can't really do a whole lot more damage, you're going to have surgery on it in the offseason no matter what, don't you just play through it? I mean, if you don't win this game 5, you're going back to Golden State without De'Aaron Fox. So, if he can play in any way, shape, or form, you either play him in game 5 or you sit him out for game 5, game 6, no matter what happens. Because if you lose that, you're very likely going to be 8-point dogs, 9-point dogs at least in Golden State. So it's a depressing little situation. Kind of put a damper on my day because we've all enjoyed this series a lot. I talked about how Minnesota and Denver has been extremely entertaining, even if it was lopsided at the times. I think Golden State pretty clearly, that Golden State Sacramento series is just on crack right now.
Yeah, no, I can't tell if it's your feed or my feed that's on crack either. So we'll have to keep an eye on
one of them. Oh,
yeah, one of them. By the way, Drew Harsh is asking, is the magical no noise drill still going on? Are you even wearing bottoms over there? What was that?
I got shorts. Shorts.
What do you have? Flesh-toned shorts on?
Okay. Shorts. It's cool to wear shorts. That's what I heard.
I can't wear shorts where I live. Same place where Mike lives. We live in the Northeast.
Yeah, well, that sucks for you.
I know. Trust me. There is nothing you can say that I don't agree with that's negative about where I live, climate-wise. All right?
I was going to say, golf course-wise, it gets pretty frisky naughty when it gets to be summertime there.
Yeah, but
it's pretty great.
We've talked about this. Even in the summer, Northeast golf is like, I don't know, it's like skiing at Jay Peak or something like that. So where you're at the top, Jay Peak, like North New York, Canada, like the border.
Got it. Okay.
So you're not at like some rinky-dink mountain in Maryland, but at the same time, you're still like the best of the ski mountains in the Northeast still have ice, and you still have to deal with that shit. Versus if I go out by you, even in California, I can find soft powder to just fall back in. So yeah, I love my golf courses here, but I still feel like, oh, by the way, there's the underdog NBA list of injuries.
Oh my God.
But does that make sense?
It's been wild because these are all for outside of Hero. They're all star players.
Yeah.
These are stars that we're playing without, and health and luck, they're a big part of NBA finals. They have been forever. If you go back in history to the absolute beginning, it's just been something where, I can think of so many series over the course of my lifetime that have just been decided by somebody having no opportunity to play, having somebody get taken off the floor. Kyrie Irving, right off the bat. The Golden State Warriors dynasty started because of an injury. There you go.
That's true. That's actually a pretty good point. Astute.
Thank you.
It's got to be Embiid, right? Giannis, they can still beat. Think about this. Milwaukee can beat the Knicks without Giannis. The Sixers can't. Oh, if somebody gets a screenshot of that, the Sixers can't do anything at all without Joel Embiid. So look at that. You've got Embiid, Giannis, Morant. They're cooked. Kawhi's already cooked. Forget that. Now De'Aaron Fox is the other one. So you've got Embiid, Giannis, and De'Aaron Fox. There's just no way that the Sixers can do anything with them without Embiid. Like you could argue, Eric, that they can't do anything without Embiid, even when Embiid just goes to the bench.
I'm back.
Yeah, well, I don't know what happened. Did you hear any of that?
I didn't hear any of it. I switched over. So I don't know what it is. They're doing construction outside still. And things are all, dude, it's just been wild. It's been a wild week. Getting the stucco on the building and something went out there. But anyway, I'm hardwired in. I reset it. We're all set to go. We're ready to rock. I should not be going anywhere anymore. I'm not effing leaving.
Famous last words.
Well,
I'm just letting you know. All right. Well, we've got some injury. Now, tonight, Giannis is going to play. So, you know where I want to begin.
Yeah.
We've had some pretty good luck here on this show, or skill, depending on how you define it.
Can we get some screenshots up there? Can we get some parlay screenshots of my dude Eytan burying the lead? Another massive. I've got you on this 35-point plus threes trend that's just been like taking over, sweeping the nation. I gave you the wrong guy, even though I don't know, he was going to lead Golden State in scoring till the very end.
I like it.
It was still Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole. I think there might be something there where you got to kind of reconsider, but it just felt like it was going to be a Klay Thompson spot. Kevin Huerter got played a little bit off the floor at times, did not look good trying to play defense on anybody. Pretty wild because I think he's generally pretty decent in that regard. But my God, dude, 35 plus 4 for the Anthony Edwards coming through again. This has to be your new favorite player in the NBA.
Well, I've told you, the jersey's already on order. And what I'm thinking of is I want to find a way that I can get on the jersey, superimposed on the jersey, the 2 mega parlay tickets that we hit with Anthony Edwards. Like maybe instead of Wolves, it's just the 2 parlay tickets.
Yeah, it's all right.
I love him. I love him.
I think everybody does. He's so fun. He's
Don't
so
highlight
fun.
Just me. Highlight Eric when we were on together because that was you who watered the seed. I just put like the grow lamp on it. That's all.
Yeah. Now you have all the beautiful marijuana plants. They're just all sitting there. They've come to fruition. They're ready to be smoked. Good work by you.
All right. Well, let's look at this. And we're going to check the OddsShopper premium tool. You know, the one that you're going to get a free week. Look, if you want, I hit 3 of 6 of these parlay videos last week. And the reason why I bring that up is not to brag. It's because that's the tool. As I mentioned, every time I do this, I roll out of bed. I see what the tool says. We pick a couple of plays and we hit 3 of 6. That's it. You're going to get a free week. We'll tell you all about this. We'll actually look at the market, some promos, some prize picks, because you know Lindquist is in the house. Absolutely. But I need a guy tonight that's not LeBron James and not Giannis Antetokounmpo. So technically, we need a guy tonight that's not either of those 2 guys or Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy, Giannis, and the other guy, LeBron, all out. We need somebody to get us 30 points tonight. Now, let me give you the odds. Chris Middleton, you can shop around. Chris Middleton on FanDuel is plus 850. Desmond Bane is 7-1. J3 is plus 850. And the odds-on favorite in the clubhouse, as you guessed, is Anthony Davis at 3-1. So if we get one of these guys, now we can start building one of these monsters. That's all I'm saying. Like, that's where we need to begin. Give me a guy that's going to drop 30 tonight, Eric Lindquist.
Dance, monkey, dance. Like, that's become what I have to do now is show up, give you Anthony Edwards out into the world. Game 2. Oh, he hasn't gone for more than 18 points in the last 3, Eric. You're an idiot. Oh, there's no way this is going to hit, Eric. He puts up 41. What's going on? Today, that guy, if you're going to make me pick one person now, I am on the over of his points prop. I'm not going to be going as extreme as what you're saying.
Middleton?
Probably. Maybe I am. We'll talk it out. But I'm pretty sure Desmond Bane has to be playing better basketball if this Memphis team is going to be remotely competitive.
You have no choice, right?
You're looking at, when you're shopping his odds, when you're doing a market-based approach, we're looking at DraftKings, where he's got the best line available on 3-pointers over 2.5. So like for the baseline, if we're going to go to 30 or 35, you're already going to be plugging 3 threes in minimum. Like that's the minimum requirement of what we're going to be doing. Now,
you can't even bet him on FanDuel, by the way, for 4. So
there you go. I mean,
wait a second. I'm in the wrong game. Stop.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you should be able to. This is a guy who attempts 9, 10 threes.
Miami. I'm sorry. I thought
no, you're okay. Memphis. I was looking at Memphis. Does it have to be from the Miami game? You brought up Desmond Bane's name.
No. I gave you options of all of the guys. Like, I'm not going to give you somebody that's just, up there just to be up there. That's a waste of money. So just so you know, you're not going to get plus money until you hit 4 threes. So Desmond Bane 4 threes is plus 185. It's really not that. Look, it's a hit. I'll take a plus 889 every single day.
What's his 30 plus attached to it?
That's what I'm saying. 30 plus for Desmond Bane, 4 plus threes is plus 889.
Yeah, we want that.
You give me one more play in this game. I don't care if it's just the under in the game total, which I'm fine with and I actually like. But if we get one more play in this, now all of a sudden this is going to shoot. So I'll give you an example. If I put the under 222, see, this is what happens. And I'm just going to explain this, right? Because a lot of this just looks like, oh my God, these guys are crazy. They're belligerent. They're putting out these crazy plays and they hit every now and again. There actually is somewhat of a correlated strategy here. If you just leave it at Bane 30 plus, Bane 4 plus threes, it's plus 889. That's not great for a plus 700 and plus 185 together. However, Eric Lindquist, if all I do is add under 222.5 at minus 110, this now shoots up to 30 to 1.
Say that again?
Exactly. 30 to 1. I'm sitting looking at, it's actually at plus 3150. It just moved. It moved, Jerry.
Oh my God, we're going to do Seinfeld today. That's going to be what it is. Anthony Davis, 4.5 steals plus blocks. What are we looking at with that? Can we take that along for a ride on the Pony Express?
I don't think I can do
him or Jaren Jackson Jr.
Wait a second. Now so forget the under. You just want to keep Bane in there?
Yeah. So let's keep Bane. Because again, obviously him scoring a lot of points, not correlated with the game going under, but yeah, that's why you're probably running into a spot where if you take the over of that, you're way inside of 30 to 1, I would think, because they take the vig for those single game parlays. They're going to ramp it up on you when it's going to be correlated. But Desmond Bane, 30 plus points, or 30 or more points, 4 plus threes. That's the thing, though. We need something that completely does not factor into what Desmond Bane is doing in order to balance out the fact that we got roughed up on the correlation. Now, I saw something in the premium Discord where you fired up Mr. Austin Reeves that you like some unders. You can't do it.
No, it won't these bastards won't let you run a combo within a same game. You can only combo in different games and elements for PRA, but I definitely like that. No, let's
do we want to jump to the Miami game and have a double sweat?
Yes.
Is that what you want?
Yes.
Yeah, I had a feeling that that's what you were looking for.
And then we can look at the reasonable market approach. We got some promos to do here, but I mean, look, if you and I hadn't already hit 2 of these on this show,
I know we wouldn't be getting this degenerate right out of the get-go. Yeah, no, it's beautiful. What's Pat Connaughton sitting at?
4 points.
Because this is somebody that I think he probably loses out on almost all of his minutes, and I would be looking at maybe taking some unders.
He's not up.
He's not up. Okay, that's a bummer.
Well, that's why. I'm sure people are going to slay him.
Yeah, I was trying to get to some underexposure of him this morning too, as I was going through my process. Because again, you cover the games the night before, and it's like, man, I feel like unders of Pat Connaughton, I might have missed a window, and then they weren't even up for me earlier. I figured they'd be up by now, but suppose not. It's so hard to figure out a Milwaukee piece that's a good addition outside of the main 3. So like, yeah, Chris Middleton would probably be the leader in the clubhouse for me, just from a usage perspective. And maybe you run into Giannis being limited to some extent. And that was something I talked about with my leans, where I thought 31.5 PRA, looking at Holiday and Middleton, identical numbers after being 36.5 without Giannis.
Right.
Made a little bit of sense there, but I think we're probably going to jump over to the Miami side just because I feel like in the absence of Hero. A number like Victor Oladipo now gone, Tyler Hero now gone from the same series, pretty wild. There's some Duncan Robinson that I want to get in my life after 26 and 24 minutes the last two games.
He's not going to be up yet. Like Duncan Robinson is probably not going to be up.
He's shooting unsustainably well. Yeah. I think he's gone like 4 for 6 and 5 for 6 from 3, but
what about
those are the kind of guys we don't have to do much to get there with it.
Kevin Love, 2 threes, minus 136. We add that. That's over 1.5. That's 17-1. You could add Caleb Martin. I got to give a shout to my guy Kenny, who joined me on the 5 and 5 today. He has Caleb Martin over 1.5 at plus 180.
I mean, Kevin Love might just get ran off the floor with Giannis back.
Yeah, but look, what else is Miami going to do at this point?
You play Max Strus a lot. You play Caleb Martin more. You play
if
Duncan Robinson to up the 3-point variance.
Yeah, but hold on a second. We can't bet Robinson, so that's why I'm looking at this. Right. So forget Robinson. Totally. If you were going to go on the Giannis back, but see again, if Giannis is limited or gets limited, that opens Kevin Love back up. That's all I'm saying. So everything is predicated on how you view Giannis.
Yep, that's true. I mean, it's the same lens that you had to look at Ja Morant, and if you played 40 plus points, 10 plus assists, and 5 plus rebounds for Ja Morant the other night, you're a millionaire and you probably aren't watching this show. So there's a lot of amazing opportunities out there when you can just look past the garbage of people trying to assess like, oh, what is going to implicate it? Like, what if Ja Morant's just fine? And also, what if Giannis is just fine? Like,
so let's do that.
That might be another part of looking at it.
What if Giannis is just fine? Can I get 8 first quarter points? Because over 7.5 first quarter points for Giannis Antetokounmpo is plus 100 right now.
Yep, let's do it. Okay. That seems like a fun attachment.
That's now a 1977, so it's just under a 21.
Good year.
You want
good
it?
Year.
You want in?
Yeah, 1977, good year.
All right, I'll split with you. I was
negative 10 years old.
Well, I was -1. I just split that ticket with you. All right.
I love you so much.
Boy, this thing,
ILYSI.
You understand how upset Ben Roz is going to be if this thing hits?
No, Ben is just going to be disappointed with us. He's just like, dude, we've got you guys just building and seriously. You guys are insane. And then it's just one of those things where, I mean, running, as he would call it, this is his analogy for it. Dante's Peak, the grandma pushing the boat across the water, Dante's Peak hot. We've been running that hot.
Bro, and look, I'm going to bring it right back to make Ben happy here. Hit 2 parlays on Saturday to nail 30 units total. That wasn't me. I just went to the OddsShopper. Like, I have no problem admitting that because I will get exposed if I continue to tell you that I'm some genius that's pulling these plays out of my ass. At some point, I'm going to be, but if I have the tool to fall back on, can I go Princess Bride for you?
Dude, Princess Bride. So this is incredible. That was probably the best thing. So again, I'm married, very happy and such, but I will say the one thing I had never done was I had never seen Princess Bride. And I went to North Carolina, visited my girlfriend's family at the time. We watched Princess Bride. And I remember being like, how have I never seen, I saw this movie for the first time. I was like 26. It is incredible.
Oh my God.
It's an incredible movie. And also, have you heard the story? The guy from Homeland, what's his name?
Cary Elwes?
No, the main guy from the gray beard dude, the guy who plays in Princess Bride. He plays
the main guy, the blonde guy.
Montoya. Yeah, my name is Inigo Montoya.
Inigo Montoya?
Inigo Montoya. So
the guy this is the other guy's father?
Yes. So
the six-fingered man. No.
So this is an incredible story, is what I'm saying. Is that so? I heard him do a Q&A for Homeland and stuff, and people just kept asking Princess Bride questions because he plays Inigo Montoya. And he told this amazing story about how his dad was dying of terminal cancer.
Oh, man.
Right before he was getting ready to shoot this film. And he knew this film had an opportunity to catapult his career and to do a lot of great things. And so he's like, the reason that it resonates, my name is Inigo Montoya.
That's amazing.
You killed my father, prepared to die, is that it was like he was talking to cancer.
Right.
And everybody just started sobbing. It was so powerful, so amazing. So If you ever get a chance, I think there's a YouTube clip of it up somewhere. You could probably go find it. He's talked about this story for years and years and years, is what he said. It's the same story he tells all the time, but he's like, I never get sick of telling it. Yeah, he's fantastic.
You know, and that's the thing. Like, you're right. Mandy Patkinen, right?
Yep, there you go.
Launched it. You're right, though. It definitely did. He's Homeland and some other stuff, too. That
Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah, Patinkin. Right. Yeah. But a lot of voice acting.
Yes.
Right? Great voice. A lot of voice act. Criminal Minds.
I do not think that word means what you think it means.
That's great. So you saw that movie how late?
It's like 26, 25.
Wow.
Aaron Rodgers officially traded.
To the Jets?
Immediately. Like, while we're live, of course. Aaron Rodgers, 2023 first-round pick, 2023 fifth-round pick, Packers getting back a first-round 13th overall, so they're swapping 2 spots, I think. Jets 2023 second-round pick, and 2024 conditional. Holy crap. Goodbye. Good riddance, Aaron Rodgers.
So I assume he's going to the Jets, right?
Yes.
Let's look. The New York Jets win total right now is 9.5 at -130 on DK.
I will wait till it adjusts, and then I will take less.
You know, I don't know how much more it's going to. It might bump one more game, but like 10 and the Eagles are at 10.5.
Yeah.
All I know is that he's at 11. Jacksonville's at 10.5. Eric, I don't necessarily think it's going to. I don't know if it bumps up.
I would assume so because it has to. Aaron Rodgers steams up a market, I would assume. I think he has that pull. At least the juice will come down. Maybe the number doesn't change, but I would think you're going to be getting some opportunity to get in on the under. My biggest
real quick. I'm sorry, real quick. Right now, under 9.5 is +110. So to your point, if the market does adjust, it could go to 10.5 and you could save and get an extra game.
Yes.
If it doesn't, and it just stays at 9.5, you might lose that value at 9.5. No?
I mean, I find Aaron Rodgers to be pretty washed at this point in time. I mean, I'm a Viking fan. It's been in the air for a little while. You watch that 49ers game. They played that in like sub-zero temperatures in the playoffs in 2021, 2022 season. But 49ers, I mean, Aaron Rodgers was incompetent throwing to the sidelines. And then this last year, I mean, he's got some of the, he had one of the best skilled position players forever. Yeah. And as soon as Davante Adams is gone, oh, it's the chemistry with the rookies. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. It might also just be that Davante Adams can cure a lot of warts. He can make you look really, really good from time to time. And then there's...
Unless you're Derek Carr.
Unless you're Derek Carr. Alan Lazard, I will give him, like, that's not a wide receiver one. You have, Christian Watson, who came to fruition towards the end of the season. That was a long ways away from coming to fruition. But, Garrett Wilson's a stud. I'm not going to say anything negative about Garrett Wilson. And also, I'm just mad at the Jets because I bet them +900. Nobody believed in me. +900 Jets to make the playoffs last year. And to miss out by a game is just depressing.
Look, it's moving as we speak right now. I'm going to wait because I think I can get, by the end of the day, I think I can get Jets to make the playoffs. No, +150. It's sitting at 110. It just moved to 115. I'm probably just going to wait because yes, moved from 130 to 140. That's, I think, a market that we're seeing right now move pretty quick. So yeah, fading Rodgers and fading the Jets seems to be a pretty good plus money play this year. Like already know to make the playoffs. Let's see if there's any. Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Okay, here we go. Wow. Aaron Rodgers, 40, 50 and a half regular season passing yards. The over is actually -105. The under is -125. I don't know if that moves, but I would love to go under that number. I just don't want to lay 125 on that futures bet.
Yeah, I'm looking at a couple of things here too, because I want to see, when is Breece Hall due back for the Jets? I did not expect to be researching NFL here at the moment.
No,
I will be doing
Garrett
some
Wilson's
NFL draft stuff, but
like I'm going to go under 1150 and a half Garrett Wilson. They're not just going to, you mentioned Breece Hall, like they're not just, their offense does not allow them. Their offensive line does not allow them to just drop back and throw 50 times. This idea that Aaron Rodgers is now free to throw for 5,000 yards on a Jets offense is ludicrous. I'm thinking of fading everybody here.
Yeah, but I'm saying what I think is going to happen is the market's going to be bullish on them, at least to start.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm with you. I'm not saying push the trigger right or pull the trigger right now. I'm just saying in general, like you and I may not be on tomorrow, et cetera. So talking this through right now, once the market settles, like 30.5 passing touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers this year. That's probably a sharper number than the ones that we've mentioned so far, but I'd still be inclined to go under that.
I would agree. Silent Reigns is saying it in the chat here too. I wouldn't bet on it. I'm a Packer fan. His arm's not the same. I'm a Vikings fan. I've been watching him for years, and the last year and a half, especially post Devontae Adams, last year, I was convinced that the Packers were fadeable. Like I've never been bullish on the Vikings in my life. That was the first time I've ever bet them to win the division. Like that was flat out. And the Lions, they're better as well. I'm very worried that, Mr. Love could end up being very good. Jordan Love he looked really good in that. Did you watch that second half against the Eagles? I'm assuming you did. I mean, he was the best player on the field for the Packers.
Correct. I was at the game actually, and it was pretty disgusting from a defensive standpoint, at least.
That was their worst defensive game of the season.
Yeah, and Jonathan Gannon made up lies about the Eagles media. By the way, do you want my 50-1 Minnesota Vikings ticket? I'll sell it to you for $2,000 right now on the spot.
I will pass. Thank you so much, though, for your consideration.
Do you know what they are right now? They're 45-1. You could save 500 points. I'll sell it to you for $2,000.
I could also just beat myself up.
I'd love to see that. Actually, I'd pay you $2,000 to do that. How about that?
Okay. I'm kicking my own ass, liar.
Like, what do you think it would take? So if I put up $2,000 and we got on a show now, if we got 2,000 likes and I also put up $2,000, would you kick the shit out of yourself the next time we got on the air together?
It would have to be like Ron Burgundy rules, San Diego, back in the, Spanish News Channel 7. I'm pretty sure. When they start coming out of the woodwork it's like no touching of the hand or of the head or face. Well, of course. Like that would be the stipulation. Otherwise, I'll beat the crap out of myself.
All right, love it. All right, let's see what the market has to say. Again, I have my $2,000 up already. I just need 2,000 likes here. Okay, that's all I'm asking for.
It depends how my picks do on a daily basis on who would, agree with me, who would want to partake in such things. So
that is true. Let's look at what the OddsShopper Premium tool has for us tonight. We already have a monster ticket out there, so you don't have to worry about that. We took care of that right away, but let's see what's popping. Now, Anthony Davis, 13.5 rebounds on Bet Rivers. That's a big number. The market is dictating under that. You can get that at plus money actually right now. That's one of our favorite plays. That and under Desmond Bane, 5.5 rebounds as well. There is a play I want to talk to you about. I'm trying to see where it is, but let's just look at a couple of these plays. Here's one that I absolutely love. And look, I've been tracking a lot of this stuff throughout the month as far as plays that I'm making. First quarter, second quarter, first half totals. The tool seems to be pretty sharp in identifying some gap. So the one that I actually really like, because it's contrary to what I think a lot of people are going to bet, which is just offense, would be going under 108.5 in this Bucks Heat game. And the reason why I bring this up is because on Caesars, it's 108. Everywhere else, it's either 107.5 or all the way down to 106.5 at some places. So it looks like it's moving that way. And Caesars, thanks to our tool, is maybe just a little late.
Yeah, I think, just makes sense. I mean, it's one of those things where with no injury news really pending now, like we understand exactly the way this game is going to be set up. We kind of know the key players. We know Miami kind of depleted at the 2-guard spot, and we know that Giannis playing big time matters. I feel as though books are going to be better than we are long-term at projecting it out. So what you want to do is you just want to shop for the best number. That's the market-based approach in a nutshell, is just, all right, well, one book is projecting it out completely differently than the rest of them. Attack that number because it has to be Like either all these other books are wrong, or this one book just is hanging up a number because they have a lot of action on the other side, or they're projecting it out completely differently. And over a long period of time, you kind of want to be staying to the extremes of, if there's one book, no matter what it is, no matter where it is, if there's a number that's just drastically different on something that should be at minus 110 or inside of that juice, you're just long-term probably going to be a profitable player getting on the right side of that.
Love that. So we're going to jump in on this.
Yes.
Good play here. What about the rebounds? You mentioned AD. You said it was a big number there.
Yeah, I like the under 13.5, but not enough to really go nuts on it because I can't get plus money. It's Bet Rivers, so that is awesome stuff. Everything else is even money. Yeah, and so if you can't get the plus 105 number, that adjustment for expected ROI goes down a little bit. Like you're starting to talk about a 3%, 2% expected ROI when you're at plus 100, which is available on BetMGM, which is available on DraftKings. So you do have a couple of spots, Tipico. You've got places to go to be able to identify it. We have more books than ever available on OddsShopper now too. So take advantage of that if you've got the OddsShopper premium. But Anthony Davis, when you're talking about 13.5, if this game stays competitive, which for all intents and purposes, it should stay more competitive than it did the last time around the block. Anthony Davis is going to be hovering around that number. So getting the plus 105 is just such an advantageous thing. Probably going to be staying away considering minus 105, minus 111. There's a lot of other spots where they're calling that a coin flip.
So I saw this on the chat. What do you think of this? Grizzlies, this is TYTYHD.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzlies team total over 108. They had that 9-point first, and they still hit 109.
Looking at it.
Are you?
Jordan Klein coming in. I'm always smiling, Jordan Klein. Why is Jordan Klein coming and trolling me today? What a doofus.
Did you say something to him in the last show or something that
no,
carry
he
over?
Just thinks I'm focused, man. Sorry. You know this. You've done how many live before locks with me? You've done how many shows with me? When I'm focused, when I'm laser focused, there's no smiling. It's work, baby. We are here to make money for the people. And you know what? It's free to smile. It's also free to shut the hell up. How about that?
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely free to keep your keister on the couch and not join this show. Is that what you're basically telling Jordan Klein?
Yeah, he's just I'm Jordan Klein, dude, bro, chill, dude, like, dude, there's like stuff. Cool, yeah, like, dude.
Be careful,
Shut
man.
up.
He's got access to the production element. Like he could come into Mike's Zoom room and sabotage you. Just so you know, just turn your mic off or something. You'd probably like that. Like that would mean you get to go. That'd be like Joel Embiid getting the suspension and not missing the game, right? Like you'd like that if your internet drops or if Jordan comes in and sabotages you. It's like, great, I get to go home early.
Yeah, it's like me not having to go to Pennsylvania to hang out with you.
That's true. Well, look,
except for I'm actually looking forward to that at some point in time.
Well, we just have to lock up the date for the member guest or the member guest, right? So that I can bring you in there and
let's go.
And I'm just keeping my handicap, or what is it? You can't say that now, can you?
Yeah,
what do you have to call it?
No, it's your index. It's your index. Yeah.
It's
Same
like
thing.
17. Yeah, OddsShopper live from Philly. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna be around the same microphone, just whispering sweet nothings.
Desmond Bane under 5.5 rebounds would correlate with him just shooting and not being
sure does.
Right, like just not being in a situation.
Yeah, but then it's also correlated with his playing time, so it kind of goes both ways.
True. So I've been burned on this. Now, look, you can take advantage of the market and lose a bet. But the idea is that by using the OddsShopper premium tool, the long-term effects of getting ahead of the market are going to be profitable versus losing. If you lose 2 in a row on a play, like I get it, shit happens. But I bring up Rui Hachimura because 2 times I'm like, all right, well, this is it. Like he's going to come back down to normal, et cetera. Like I'm getting ahead of the market. It's really good,
right now.
14.5 right now. Now, thankfully, he's not a plus EV play for points tonight, but he's still hovering at 13, 12.5. And I'm thinking at some point, he's going to drop 9 points, but it's probably not going to be tonight. Like at some point, he's going to lay a major egg. It's probably just not going to be tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, he's been playing really good. I mean, it's pretty wild to think that Rui Hachimura which felt a little bit like that was them grasping at straws, because it happened before the real game changer to me, the Jared Vanderbilt, D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, that influx, and they don't even need Beasley out on the floor right now. And why? Because Rui Hachimura is knocking down shots. This is wild. He's a 35% three-point shooter on the season. He's gone 5 for 6, 2 for 4, 2 for 2. Like, we're talking insane efficiency from three. And if that continues, you obviously have him out there. You obviously close with him in competitive spots. Didn't really even have to push him after 30, 32 minutes. It went to 22. They were blowing that game out still. So, like, I know it ended up being a 10-point game, but it wasn't that close. Like, Rui has been outrageous. However, as you said, you know what happens when you start buying in high on players like this is you start losing money over a long period of time. And I mean, looking at the 3-pointers, the under 1.5 is juiced minus 165, but it is currently our top expected ROI play on the board. So I am more inclined to stay away from everything or be attaching under 1.5, because again, 1 for 3, which is far more likely based on his 35% season long percentage, like 1 for 3 falls into the category of a win. And that it's just so wild that he could be playing this well in just like 6, 4, and 2 3-point attempts. He's missed all of 3 of them.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot there to kind of unpack, and that's why you'll get an indication from the market, but then you can just use your own analysis. You can look at it in a certain way. And again, it doesn't mean fade so much as it just maybe stay away. I did see in the chat, I want to get to some promos here with you real quick and then dive into some parlays, some prize picks. So we have a lot. We're very ambitious 22, 23 minutes, but that's what happens when Aaron Rodgers gets traded live on the show, and nobody can bitch to management because we have you covered with like 6 different futures plays on Rodgers and the Jets. On the chat, though, I did see Caleb Martin. We referenced his 3-point play as a possibility earlier. Now, to be fair, the market, the 1+ EV play, it's narrow, but the 1+ EV play on the market is actually going under 1.5 threes on DK. That's a pass for me, mainly because we talked about him as an over earlier, because if Giannis does run Kevin Love off the floor, that could open something up for Martin. So I just don't want to take that risk. But if you weren't just blindly shopping, that's the real only plus EV play for Martin. Points is neutral. I mean, I'd be inclined to go over points versus under threes, but that's just my initial.
I think we might have missed a guy that I might be pretty interested in. So you already put that ticket together, yes?
Yeah, but let's put another one together.
Okay,
Gabe Vincent. A huge one last night. So
Gabe Vincent's only played 21 and 18 minutes now the last 2.
You're going to go Gabe? Let's do it. Let's do it.
I mean,
damn you for doing it, but
it's either that. I mean, Kyle Lowry, they blew him out. He played 28 minutes.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, maybe it's a Kyle Lowry situation. Where's Kyle Lowry sitting at? Because, like, for me, I don't know if I want to go past 15 points for him, but I
actually like Vincent. See, what's the deal, though, what's the deal? So you've got Vincent.
See, you're going just Seinfeld nonstop. Please stop.
That's my second Seinfeld. I gave you Princess Bride that opened up in a Inigo Montoya story. Are you kidding me?
But it was incredible. And
well, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's the level of just off the rails.
Yeah. On that end of the spectrum is awesome. On the other end of the spectrum are Gabe Vincent and Kyle Lowry.
Gabe Vincent is plus 280 to score 15. Kyle Lowry is 550.
To score 15, he is?
Correct.
Oh.
If you wanted to just go over Caleb Martin points, you could get like 11.5 plus 178. 13 points for Caleb Martin is plus 240.
I like the Kyle Lowry side of it.
15 for Lowry?
Yeah. If we're trying to push things.
Let's see what 3 threes does for him. I mean, I would rather not do 3 threes for Lowry, but
2 threes?
What? Yeah, I mean, 2 threes is going to be like minus 110 or so. It's minus 110. Yeah. It's 5-6 plus 565. Now, is it one or the other for you? Kyle Lowry or Gabe Vincent, or do you see a pathway in which both can be?
No, I do not see a pathway for both.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, unless one torches it and then the other one comes in and torches it, and then Eric Spoelstra has the fantastic opportunity to say, maybe I play both together, but that seems unlikely.
I'm thinking we could add a defensive play in here. Let me look at this real quick. Blocks and steals will pop in these. So if we're looking at Miami, like Jimmy Butler is good for a steal. Oladipo is not good for anything.
Block. Well, poor guy.
Block. I mean, could we get? All right, let's look at this. Let's look at this. Why don't we go back to? He's not at home, so I'm a little hesitant. But what if I gave you three? What if I gave you 3 blocks for Jaren Jackson Jr.?
3 blocks for Jaren Jackson Jr. I love it. I'm obsessed with it.
Okay. That's now a $13.90 ticket. I mean, look, the fact that we're getting something north of 10
I'm obsessed.
That's weighted on Kyle Lowry is fucking right? Like let's just call it what it is. You want in on this too?
Yep, I'm in.
Right, let's split it. All right.
Put it on my tab.
Let's hit some promos. All right.
Let's do it.
Mike, let's see what you got here for us. I know we'll bounce around. Right away is the Lions one on BetMGM. And look, we've got links below at all of these books. So we want you to take advantage of. You can sign up at BetMGM. You have a risk-free bet up to $1,000. They also have the one-game parlay feature where if you put together a 4-leg MLB one-game parlay and one leg loses, then you get up to 25 back. So you've got a lot of different opportunities here at all of these books. This is just, do you want it or not? Yes or no? I don't, mainly because we've had an opportunity to build with Butler, and you haven't brought him up. I haven't brought him up. So I doubt all of a sudden that you're just going to salivate over 25 and Heat to win at 450.
Sure, I'm not, because, I mean, the Heat to win side of that is the kicker. I am right there with the Bucks, where if you have Giannis Antetokounmpo playing, and if he's playing remotely well, I don't see how this isn't a 6, 7, 8 point line, just like it is.
Okay. I'm with you on that. NBA superstar head-to-head points boost. So you're going to get a 33% profit boost for LeBron or Ja to score more. In what sense? Got it.
Ooh.
I see it. This is
good
actually...
thing I build this out. This is my kind of promo, because this is flat out just like, not even necessarily market based. Like, this is straight out projection. So I have Ja Morant projected for 26.9 points today, and I have LeBron James for 27.8. So LeBron James
37.
Who?
LeBron.
You're so sick. Okay. LeBron James is definitely the guy. 33% profit boost. I'm in the LeBron James. Plus, LeBron missed out on a second half of being able to just torch Dylan Brooks's face off. Like, we're gonna get that LeBron James game here at some point in time. And just from a projection standpoint, again, it's a 1 point difference, but 33% profit boost. It's really not hard to imagine that juice moves it inside of a number where it's going to be profitable to bet either one of them underneath that promo. So I prefer the LeBron side. So take that for what you will.
First of all, it's going to be capped, whatever, a 33% profit boost. I just played it right now. LeBron is at even money. So LeBron is the dog in this. You're boosting somebody already at even money.
That's so dumb.
Yeah, I'm in on that. All right.
Yeah,
so that's
LeBron being projected under Ja Morant is silly.
Love
it's
that.
Silly. It's broken. It's not ignorant. Correct.
Yeah, 100 to 133. Good stuff, Zach.
I just pulled up. So I pulled up Stochastic. I wanted to double check just to make sure, because again, this is more of a projection based idea. And Giannis, the highest projected scorer for tonight. That makes sense. LeBron is 0.4 behind him. Ja Morant, a full point behind LeBron. So there you go. We are in lockstep there.
Okay. Let's look at now NHL profit boost. This is a straight, there's no wrong bet you can make here as far as like EV, because FanDuel's giving you, and again, you can sign up if you're not on FanDuel for whatever reason, $5 into 150, and you'll see stuff that you can only play on these books. So you're going to get a 50% profit boost that you can apply to anything across the board. I have two plays in the NHL tonight. One already moved, so I was on over 6 for the Avs and Kraken, but that's now at 6.5. I took 6 because I thought that was the value there on the play. I'm not going to do that, but I did on my 50% profit boost, and I apologize to Ben who took the Toronto Maple Leafs, but in the series at least, this is a lightning game for me at home, back to the wall.
Yeah,
I boosted them at minus 105 to plus money. So that would be my suggestion for the 50% profit boost. If you have another one, though, by all means, please.
No, Vasilevsky. I mean, you get him back to the wall. This is the team. They're still champs, right? Back to back. Like they're still those guys. In Toronto, them and Edmonton were kind of who I penciled in as my Stanley Cup matchup. Edmonton just came back from the absolute dead yesterday. What a luck box situation that was. But I do not hate that whatsoever. I think Tampa Bay, that's probably the side that I would be on there. But I have a play for tomorrow. I won't be on the show tomorrow, so I'll at least throw it out there.
Let's do it. You're
getting some nice plus money going to Minnesota, and they've been playing such slow, lethargic defense all season long. This is total right around 5.5 here. They really are just shut it down. You could take, if you're just taking unders of first periods for the entire year for Minnesota, I'm curious what that would have graded out for you. But you got Cappy, you got Zuccarello. It's gonna be a back to the wall situation for them too. 2-2, chance to steal one on the road, go back home and win it in Minnesota, where it's the land of hockey. Minnesota Wild. I can't remember Minnesota fans being this hyped up about a team. I think they have a legit shot. I mean, Fleury and net, Gustafsson, if he's going to be somebody who mixes in there too. I like everything about it, but I got to pay attention to Eriksson Ek. He's the center who got dinged up last game. I think he's day to day. We'll see if he fires it up, but probably want to be ahead of that news and just bet it now because I expect him to play.
Couple things real quick. We have tie was just broken. Okay, on the poll, so that's fine. The last one is on Caesars. And while we love Caesars and encourage you to sign up through our link there, the fact that this is boosted is kind of crazy because I just built this on FanDuel. Russell, Reeves, Hachimura, 2+ each, and it's 568 on FanDuel sans boost. So just build. And look, I wouldn't have known to build this unless another book put the promo out there. So Unreal. If you like this promo, the idea is that you have multiple books and you should shop. Just because we tell you to shop one play doesn't mean you shouldn't be shopping what? Parlays and other shit too, right? You should be shopping it all.
Like, you better shop around. My mama told me, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Before you ask some girl for a hand now.
A hand what?
I don't know. It's a song.
I thought you said a hand something else.
Keep your freedom for as long as you can now.
You want to, all right. So do you want to go? We have to build a parlay. I know we built something crazy in the beginning, but we have to use the tool at least to build a parlay. But I know you're itching for PrizePicks here, right?
I am big time.
All right, well, let's head over to PrizePicks, see what we have. Okay. Now, do you want to keep it? Do you want to just go all sports? What are you thinking here?
I think we can get as freaky naughty as we want. We can probably have every single sport attached to it.
You don't have to.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we want to do like an NBA MLB combo, but you love your pucks, so no. I don't want to say no to it.
No, I don't want anything to do with that at all. You know what I actually do like?
What?
And I've been working these in on my PrizePicks MLB video, but the combo, the 2 starting pitcher strikeout combo, and the 2 that jumped
zero correlation there, but I love it.
To what?
To 2 pitchers in the same game.
Right. But I think if you can work your own projections, you might find something where it's like, oh, wait, I have Alex Cobb for 5Ks and I have Jordan Montgomery for 3Ks and the number's at 10.5. That's an underplay for me.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep. That's
Not
great.
the 2 individually. I'm saying the combo play.
Right. Got it.
Speaking of which, I think under 10.5 for Cobb Montgomery is not that bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Okay.
I'm not sure what to make of Jordan Montgomery right now. We're seeing that strikeout stuff regress a little bit, and I'm not super concerned. I'm concerned about other guys in that rotation, whether it's the Flaherty walk system that they've had going here right now.
He's
really
a K
no
machine
back end
too.
start.
Guy fucked me over on the under Ks last night. Jack Flats.
Well, at least you're not upset about it.
No.
You're taking it very well. I can hear it. Yeah. There are a couple of different strikeout props that exist over here. I'm kind of cross-referencing. Chris Sale under 6.5. I'm going to be staying away from that one. Going up against Baltimore there.
Oh, you're looking at Lodolo over 7.5. Here's the thing, though. That's fine for me. I hope he's in the game long enough. I think he will be at some point.
I'm on the over of that game, so it's going to be tough for me to want to invest in Lodolo over. And Lodolo is my Cy Young bet. I've got 2 tickets. I've got Hunter Green and I've got Nick Lodolo at 50 and 65 to 1 respectively. Lodolo being the better and longer odds player at the moment. He just got shelled last time around. Problem is Texas, man. I don't know what to make of this. They've had much better splits going up against right-handed pitching. I don't think that's going to maintain. Just looking at this lineup, I think they just need more plate appearances to gather that sample size. And this offense is just trucking at the moment, coming off of a series where they put up infinity runs. So I'm going to be on the over of that one. 8.5 was the number. I'm not sure if it's moved here as of yet, but Nick Lodolo, I actually am going to be removing that from the card, even though 56% expected win percentage, not too shabby.
No, but I think you could also look at, I don't think Evaldi's at 6.
Yeah.
So even if he gets you 7, you're looking at what, 5 to 6 Ks max for Lodolo. The combined number is pretty egregious. The combined number for Evaldi and Lodolo is 13.5 Ks.
Yeah, we're gonna slam the under of that. That's
Thank
beautiful.
You. Okay, which I would feel more comfortable going under the combined number than both.
Yeah, for those that are confused what we're talking about, they have, for the pitcher strikeouts, they have combinations.
Correct.
Where you have the same from the games, and that's what Eytan was talking about for these different ones. And sometimes they'll match up pitchers who aren't even in the same game. It might be 2 strikeout guys that are put together. They've started doing that for the first runs allowed. Yeah. So if you go to the first inning runs allowed as well, there are a lot of times where it's not from the same game. Once in a while, like today, there's fewer games. So it's pretty specifically just the matchups themselves. But there are times that they'll combine 2 pitchers and say, do you want the over or under of first inning runs allowed there for the Yerfies and the Nerfies. I like those sayings. Those are always fun to say, even though if I don't necessarily like them. But I think looking at the pitcher strikeouts, that's a great call out. 13.5, give me under that.
All right, Butler is popping up under 28.5 points on PrizePicks. Drew Holiday over 30.5 PRA. That's actually dipped 2 points since last game, which may indicate that Giannis continues to play and all. Either of those work for you on PrizePicks?
Giannis?
No, Butler under 28.5 points and Drew over 30.5 PRA.
Yeah, I think the Jimmy Butler, I think taking the under there makes a lot of sense. I like putting that one into the mix. I like the Drew Holiday over 30.5 that's over on the right side column. The Brook Lopez under makes a lot of sense too to me. Giannis over 26.5. That game specifically, there's a game stack where you can kind of talk through the narratives. Now, Kyle Lowry, we're already on the over of that. The under of 9.5 is projecting out 54 expected win percentage. But again, it's all about what the odds are attached to it when you're going to a sports book. When you go to a pick'em site, everything has its own specific odds based on how many plays you're putting together in congruence. And we're almost always building out 5 and 6 flex cards, because payouts over the long term, your expected win percentage goes down, but your expected ROI goes way up than just having a 3 or 4 play flex.
Community parlays in. Want to do that, and then any final thoughts on the way out?
Again, for PrizePicks tonight, I'm gonna.
Do you have any more? I'm
gonna have a card. Yeah, I'm gonna have a card.
I know on the Discord,
tonight.
Right?
Yep, in the Discord. And I'm going to actually add that Lodolo Evaldi one. I think that's a really good shout out. It's projecting out great for me. So love that you put me on some lovely PrizePicks today, my friend.
Look, man, I have been listening to you and even Josh at some point.
Watching me not smile.
Yeah, exactly. I gravitate to people that do content that don't smile. So maybe that's the difference between me and Jordan Klein.
They've actually experienced some things in life. They're not fake.
Well, look at you. What else do you have?
Fake friend, Jordan Klein.
Community parlay. Let's do this.
Yeah, one more thing. Mac Hudson, sick NHL bet to consider on FanDuel. Vegas Jets no score first period plus 400 in a boost. Ooh, that's terrifying.
I do like the under in that game. I will say the total got crushed on the over last time out, but I think that's more of an anomaly. These two teams should be playing the lower scoring games. I mean, look, here's what I would do. All right. This is what I would do. You've got 4 games tonight. Take each one of these games and play that bet and put them in a round robin, and then tell me how much weight you lost sweating that shit out. With 3 minutes left, some asshole on the checking line takes takes a bad penalty and puts you in a spot for a penalty kill with 3 to go in the first. Actually, I'm going to do that.
That's incredible.
Just to do that. All right. So the first community play here is the Milwaukee Bucks, and as Mike mentioned, it moved to 8. So you guys are locked in it. I don't know how, because we can't go back in time, but for some reason you guys are locked in at 7.5. That's fine. That's fair. What do you have tonight?
I want to go to...
And what book are we on, by the way?
So I saw FanDuel was in the bottom left corner, so okay. I figured we would do FanDuel, just for...
Right.
Okay. Let's go to... BetMGM. It kind of has the number that I think I'm most interested in. If you have a BetMGM spot, you could fire up. But
yeah,
Jaren Jackson Jr., 3.5 steals plus blocks plus 110 going that direction. Obviously, this is kind of General Custer's last stand. You don't want to be going down 3-1. I know you're going back to Memphis for 2 or 3. But that's still a pretty big ask against Anthony Davis and company here. The Anthony Davis 4.5 number has moved a little bit. It's been juiced even more from where it was last night for the blocks plus steals. But the 3.5 here for Jaren Jackson Jr. has maintained around that plus 110 number. And this is, your second best available number. If you have Bet365, which is only available in Virginia, Ohio, New Jersey, and Colorado, then BetMGM is the best number, plus 110.
I love that. Makes a lot of sense, too, as you laid that out. I'm just going to add one real quick.
It's
on BetMGM.
Over, yes. Over. Plus 110.
Play on BetMGM. I found those markets to be better. I don't know for you, but I found those markets to be a little bit softer on BetMGM than like a FanDuel, for example.
Almost always on BetMGM. Yeah. And BetMGM and Caesars. Those are the two where block steal props kind of tend to jump up to the top for me. DraftKings FanDuel, pretty efficient, and usually they're going to try to entice you to put it together in a single game parlay fashion, which I just not my cup of tea.
So I'm going to give you Bam. He's on BetMGM at minus 110, under 19.5 points. Giannis is back in the building. The only time in the 3 games that Bam went over this total was game 1 when Giannis went down and everything just went to shit for Milwaukee. But even in a blowout win in 30 minutes of action, I just don't, if he can't afford to have a decent shooting night, he has to have an amazing shooting night, because I just don't think the volume will be there, especially if they're down under 19.5 points at BetMGM. And, wait, I guess I can't do that, right? Because, so you guys took all right, that's fine. You guys took the NBA shit, and now I have to throw something
here's something. So go to DK quick, because as we're getting out of here, Rich Burkholder just said it's plus 115 on DK right now. That's not populating on OddsShopper here at the moment, so I'll take a look at why that is the case.
Okay, so let's go to DK, and then we'll run.
So let's go to DK, where it should be a little bit easier, and you can single game parlay it.
There we go. So the single game parlay is Milwaukee minus 7.5, under 19.5 points for Bam, and then your play in the later game. Fair?
Yep, and it's plus 115 now.
Love that.
Thank you, Rich. Appreciate that. So we'll throw that one in here. I need to. Yeah, I have a plus 112 ticket right now.
So all right, so we'll see you either in the Discord or Chalkboard or both, depending on if you haven't signed up and been a part of both, and shame on you. Thumbs up, subscribe, you know the drill. We will see you tomorrow. Not the two of us, but we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.